press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, how you are? Hope doing good. Yes, so I guess almost 2 tests are over, right? 2 or 3 tests. Hope you people are studying well. Okay, let me ask you one thing, because you people have not come up with any doubts and all. Hope you are understanding my teaching. Okay, just go through the videos again and again so that you can understand the things. If you have any doubt, please let me know, and please read in between the lines. Okay, when we say this, it is like again and again you have to study the lesson and understand what exactly they have said there. See, once you study, you may not understand it, but as you keep on studying, okay, the same thing you will understand, and I'm sure you will get doubts there. Okay, so read in between the lines. Matlab, like, see, well, when it comes to economics and all, they never explain you in one straight line. Nothing is explained within a line. Okay, so yeah, the things will be there in between the lines. Okay, so like you have to understand, you have to crack your mind there. So brainstorming, a kind of. Okay, so that if you do, I'm sure you will understand the things, and please see that you engage yourself with the books and all. Anyway, yes. Have you ever heard about trade? What exactly is trade? See, you might have gone to the market, right, with your parents or your grandparents, or probably with your aunt, uncle, any person. Now, you ask for a pencil. Okay, imagine you go to the market, you ask for a pencil or pencil. Now when you ask, if you know the company name or you have already used it, or like you have been using one particular company pencil, you will ask for that itself. But imagine now you need something new. So you ask, show some good pencil or say pencil. You will get a variety of pencils, right? So have you ever thought from where do these come from, and why so many varieties you get, so many choices you have? Why can't you just have only one thing with you? Why only one company is not there, but you get several more companies? Okay, like pencils, only for a pencil, single pencil, you have so many companies there, right? So many choices there. So why these things are happening? Have you ever thought from where this trade word came into existence? Have you ever thought what exactly is trade? What happens? Okay, what did turn to like increase these trade activities? Okay, so who actually monitors the trade activities? How the international trade is carried out? So have you ever thought about these things? If you think, you will understand it. Okay, so if at all you have given any importance to trade, okay, if at all you have anytime you have thought like how these things are coming, who is the one who is getting all these things to us, how the market is working. So if you think, you may get some ideas saying that okay, so this is where it started. So see, when it comes to trade, let me tell you from basic itself. So when it comes to trade, no doubt the action of buying and selling of goods and services is called as trade. So how the system started? See, earlier during 90s or before to that also, our transportation system was not that great. Okay, our tertiary activity or say tertiary sector was not working that well. No doubt our primary sector was working good. So what happened? See, most of the people, see, I guess in 9th grade you have studied about a lesson that is 3 Men in a Boat, right? So you might have come across this book called 3 Men in a Boat, English, right? There you might have come across a word or say a kind of a jam which is made out of mustard seeds. Have you ever heard about this? those they used to use for bread and all. Yes, see, Indian spices, okay, no doubt trade started with spice itself. Indian spice, you have heard, right? Go to your mother, ask, or even your father, ask about spices, how important it was, how important it is. Okay, so what is the weightage our Indian spices has got? Okay, so do meet them and ask them. Okay, ask your grandparents also, they will be knowing more about these things. So when it comes to spices, Indian spices had much more importance in foreign nation. They daily they used to use these things. Okay, for maybe in the name of jam, or maybe in the name of like powder, pepper powder, all those things. So or say chat like all the for the vegetables, or probably even the fruits and all. So our Indian spices, it has got much more importance in foreign nation. So for the sake of spices, okay, to purchase the spices itself, they started coming to India. In the name of trade, they started coming to India, and Britishers, especially in the name of trade itself, they started invading India. Okay, they started evading. Okay, they started evading India. Okay, they started saying that okay, we have come for trade. So slowly they started occupying the places. So that is a different scenario. So when it comes to trade, okay, so when it comes to trade, what exactly is trade? See, trade is nothing but buying and selling of goods and services. So see, today's chapter, okay, today's chapter it talks about globalization, right? So see, when it comes to this, what exactly is globalization? In this particular chapter, we'll be learning what exactly is trade, why so many choices are being given, okay, for the consumers, who exactly are the consumers, okay, and do the consumers have got any rights there? So how now imagine if at all a consumer has got any problem, so how was it solved? So including your last unit, which is not there for you people as per the exams rule, or say like a syllabus, okay, that has been removed. The last unit has been removed, that is consumer rights. But I can mix up here itself and I can just explain you people like what exactly it is. So see, here you will be learning about why the MNCs are spreading in such a numerous way. Why Bangalore? See, most of the people, even if at all I ask you people, where do you want to go for a job? Definitely you would say Mumbai, Pune, or probably Delhi, or say Bangalore, right? Yes, or Chennai, even Chennai. Well, why these places have got so much of importance? Why not Harihar, Davangere, etc., etc., etc.? Think about these things, okay? Think. See, when it comes to the trade, okay, when it comes to trade, what exactly is trade? No doubt it is like, yes, no doubt it is your buying and selling of goods and services. See, what happened? So when it comes to globalization, it has totally changed the views towards the trade itself. So it is a process. Okay, globalization is a process in which people of the people of the world are linked together. How they are linked? Either in the way of job, either for the sake of studies, or for the sake of business, or for the sake of working, or whatever it is. So it is like linking people through internet or other ways, okay, so that there would be good kind of what I can say business. Okay, to set a good business, these things are important. See, in this unit, we'll be learning about globalization and the Indian economy. So, how globalization has come into existence, why globalization has got so much of importance, and why is that, like how is it related to Indian economy, whether globalization has improved to increase the Indian economy or whether that has not. Okay, so we'll be learning all these things here. So see, as I said, okay, trade, like in the name of trade, these people started coming to India, and trade is something wherein export and import of goods do take place. See what happens, as I told you, do you remember in your 9th grade maybe? Yes, you have learnt about people as a resource, right? Yes. So when it comes to people as a resource, I have already discussed, or say like you have come across a thing saying that Japan is a country wherein they are totally like giving their money, time, etc., or say they are totally investing upon people, and they are importing resources, right, for their country. So see, now export and import has to happen. What happens, each country is not rich with resource. Though India is rich with its resources, probably we are unable to use it in the manner it is required, but yes, we are very rich with resources. It may be the natural resource, or it may be the human resource, so doesn't matter. So no doubt even human is a like natural resource itself, no doubt, but yes, human intelligence and all, okay, so even that is like we have in great amount, but unfortunately we are unable to use it in the manner it is required. So now what I would like to say is, see, with the trade, no doubt what happened after independence, okay, after independence what happened, Indian government had put many barriers, okay, it started putting many barriers on this trade, foreign trade especially, and even investments after independence. It was done to protect the interests. See what happened, these globalization and all, what it does is, no doubt it links the people around the world, no doubt it is creating a link, but yes, the domestic companies, or say the domestic industries, the small scale industries, or say some the cottage industries and all, like they are facing much more problems because of the globalization. They are not getting recognized here. So that's the reason what happens, globalization to be kept aside. Indian government, what it started putting barriers on trade and investments. So now, what exactly is a trade? See, trade is nothing but buying and selling of goods and services. Then what is goods? What are goods and what are services? So we have already discussed about goods and services. So when it comes to goods, goods are the items, okay, that are usually tangible in nature, which we can see through our bare eyes, okay, and it includes pens, salt, rubber, eraser, pencil, board, chalk piece, all those things are called as tangible one, and those are called as goods. So you get it, you purchase it from shops, right? So how does that reaches the shop? Right, that is a question there. So how does that reaches the shop? Okay, then the service. Services are provided by, like what I am giving now, okay, lecturing, that is also service, right? Though I am getting paid, that is different, but again that is a service for what I am getting paid. So services are something wherein the activity is provided by different people, maybe even the doctors, okay, the nurse, or say like dentist, barber, okay, vaulters, or say any such person who are giving the service providers, whom we can call as service providers, okay. So those things can be considered as services. So goods are something tangible in nature and something that we cannot touch, something that is intangible in nature, but yes, still that is being provided. Now example, telecommunication, okay, internet service, for that matter, internet service, right? Now you are able to watch this video, right? You are able to watch your videos on YouTube. So can you touch it? Like imagine the service, can we touch? No, but through whom you are getting? Through internet services, through your like the telecommunication, through your network, right? Yes. So those are services. So when it comes to goods and services, see, trading is actually very much important. The reason is trading activity has always helped India to increase its economy. Whenever India has to increase its economy, trading is the best way. But yes, always remember, the exporting should be more compared to the import. So why this has to happen? Why can't import be more? See, something wherein it is coming, okay, like see, whenever you are purchasing from other nation, okay, so that is importing, right? So you have to pay there, right? So something coming inside the nation, you have to pay for it. So it should be less, paying something that goes from your hand, okay, money. So that should be less, but you should sell more. Okay, if at all you are selling more, then definitely the export will be increased. See, yes, so here it defines that globalization as the integration between countries through foreign trade and foreign investments by multinational corporation. Okay, let me start with the unit nav. See, as you got to know, like trade, we have to again discuss about consumer, right? So who is a consumer? So consumer is a person who actually consumes the goods and services. He might consume the goods or probably services. The one who is consuming, the one who is using it, the one who is making use of these things, okay, that person will be called as the consumer. So when it comes to the consumer is a person, okay, to whom the goods and services are given. So the person who actually consumes will be called as a consumer in a simple manner. Okay, this can be taken as in a simple definition. Yes. So now we have understood about what is a trade, right? So you have understood what is trade and who is a consumer. So does consumer has got any rights? See, now imagine you have purchased something from a shop. Okay, you have purchased something from a shop and you find some defect in the goods. See, defect is used for the goods, deficiency is used for services. Okay, so goods and services. So if you find any defects in the goods, then what do? You go to the shop, you tell them, see sir, there is a defect in these goods, so we do not need it, right? We don't want it. And if at all you need any services, so what do? You go to that particular person and then you say, like, if there is any deficiency, imagine okay, internet service itself, if internet is not given properly, or say it is not working as you are expecting, okay, it is not, the speed is not good, or there is a lot of disturbance and all, what do? You call the customer care and you raise a complaint, right? So that can be considered as deficiency in services here. So yes, so do consumers have got any rights here? Yes. See, earlier, according to the Consumer Protection Act, okay, earlier there were very less rights given to consumers, but now with the new amendments, okay, in the Consumer Protection Act, now the rights are increased. So what is a right? Okay, rights of consumers. So let us know about rights of consumers. So do you think, yes, do you think the consumers have got rights? Definitely they should have. If not, what happens? They will be, yes, they will be, see what happens if at all the rights are not given. What happens? They will be exploited. Okay, so they will be exploited. So let us know about the consumer's right. Very first right, like see, as you all know, who is a consumer is a person who purchases the goods or say services. Okay, it may be for his personal use or probably it is for somebody else, but the one who purchases the goods will be, or say like buys a goods or services, then that person can be called as a consumer, right? Yes. So let us know about the consumer rights. One is the right to safety. Okay, so that is very much important here. When it comes to right to safety, no doubt, whenever a person is purchasing a goods, okay, or say taking any services, he should have the he should get it safely, right? Even the goods are, if you are purchasing from different if you are importing it from different nation, so it should reach you safe, one thing. So right to safety, so no person can fool you sending something dangerous in nature. So the Consumer Protection Act defines this right as a protection against goods and services that are hazardous to life and property. So something that is dangerous to life and property, those things should not be sent. And if at all you are purchasing those things, then the person, whosoever is selling it, he should have enough knowledge to inform you people that the thing whatever you are purchasing has got such a thing, okay, such some hazardous in nature, something that is dangerous in nature. That thing has to be informed by the service provider, or say even the goods seller. Okay, the seller has to inform you like what is the hazardous thing that is there in a particular object you are purchasing. So it may be anything, pharmaceutical, or it may be foodstuff, or even the automobile. Whenever you are purchasing anything, if at all there is any hazardous material that has been used or something that is dangerous, then it has to be informed to the consumer. So that is the first right. The second right is right to information. So being a consumer, now we are a consumer, right? So imagine you go to the shop. Will you purchase the pencil, whatever they have shown it to you? No, right? You will be having ideas with the pencil. Just a pencil. I am giving you a simple example. Pen pencils, you do use it, right? You have all the styles of pen pencil, 0.7, 0.5, lead you need so and so. All these things you know, right? Yes. So you will be knowing, and whenever you ask for the information, saying that you go to the shop, you ask them, sir, how does this work? So it is the the work of that particular person who is selling you that good to give whole information in relation to that particular good. So they have to inform you. They have to give you the complete information how exactly it works. Okay, how exactly it works, that information has to be given. If they fail to give, then definitely you can take an action against that particular person, saying that whatever information you wanted to give, that was denied. So that right you have got. Next is right to choose. Does anybody force you that no, you had to purchase this particular thing itself? No, right? You have so many choice. You have your own choice. So you are the one who will be choosing the thing. Now if at all you have chosen a mobile for yourself, okay, so it is your choice, right? Nobody did force you to purchase that. So right to choose, you will be having varieties with you, okay, you will be given much more varieties to choose, and it will be you who will be choosing the item there, and no person has got any right to force you to choose or to go against your choice. Then comes a right to seek redressal. Redressal is nothing but, see what happens whenever a consumer finds some defective goods or say deficiency in service, then what to do? Now imagine the person, okay, like you have purchased a packet of biscuit, okay, and you take it home. The goods, or say the thing whatever you have purchased, biscuit, it is not in a good condition, or say rather it is not it is not at all eatable in nature. So what do? You go back to the shopkeeper, you tell him, see, you have kept so and so thing, so it is not, it is a defective good, please replace it. Now if the shopkeeper is good enough, then definitely he will replace. Imagine he rejects, he tells I will not do, then what you will do? You have to redress somewhere, right? You have to get the solution. So you have consumer courts. Now this is just a small example wherein I gave these consumer courts and all, they do work for a very large amount and all. The people do have machines which are defective in nature, and like almost lakhs together and all they have. So I am not telling that even a 10 rupee is it's of waste. No, if any person denies Okay, it may be the shopkeeper himself. If he denies, saying that no, I'll not give you any replacement of that biscuit packet, even then you can take action against that particular person. So consumer has got all those rights. Next is right to be heard. So again, this is a right, new right. Okay, so what happens? The person, now if at all he is taking or he is giving a complaint, so he should be heard there. Why exactly he is raising, he has raising raising this complaint, why is he raising the complaint, what happened exactly. So all these things, apart from the shopkeeper or apart from the person who has sold, again you should be heard there. So again, this is one right. Then right to consumer education. See what happens, like every person has got this, okay, right to education. So what happens, like most of the people, they will not be knowing how exactly they have to work. Okay, they will not be knowing how to use a particular thing. So the consumer education is very much important. Apart from that, there are many other rights here. Okay, so like right to information, whenever that is not given, you can complain. And nowadays even complaints, you can raise the complaint from wherever you are. It is not like only the place wherein the defective goods you have found or nothing as such. You can raise a complaint even sitting at your home itself, like online and all. So those facilities are being given. So these are the few rights given to the consumer. Why I told you these things? Because again, the next unit cannot be taken, and these are the basic things when it comes to a consumer. That's the reason I thought, like, let me tell you people, discuss the thing here. So now, see what happens. Now coming to the whole unit. See what happens. Now, each and everything cannot be done by one particular person. Imagine one person cannot get raw materials, cannot get, and he cannot bring a finished goods, he cannot come up with a finished goods. Now he has to take the raw materials from somebody else, he can undergo certain process, and then he can bring up a finished good, right or wrong? So that is how things will be working. So scattered, something wherein things are scattered and these people bring it to one particular place. So that is usually, that is how the business is carried out, right? Yes. So now imagine consumers, okay, as a consumer in today's world, you have got so many choice, right? It may be related to the goods. Now if you go to the market, earlier there were very less choice, right? You hardly used to get anything to choose there. But now imagine you have so many things to choose, right? If see, like Amazon or Flipkart or wherever you go, you will be having so many choice, right? You will be having so many offers also there. So what they are telling here, the latest models of digital cameras, mobile phones or say television made by the leading manufacturers of the world are within our reach. So earlier it was difficult to get all these things, right? Now at your fingertips, things are working. To get, see, earlier days, if you wanted a book, okay, anything related to your exam or whatever it is, if to get those books online, or say even if at all imagine through shops, if you are purchasing, you had to wait, right? They would ask you, wait for a month, you will get it and all. Nowadays you can purchase it online, sitting at your home itself. You can choose what exactly you need, prices you will be getting, right? One seller would they quote the prices there, so you will be choosing which one would you like to prefer, right? Seeing even the ratings and all, you choose it on your own. So how is this possible, right? How is this possible? At the fingertips you are getting all those things. So brands, even you might have heard about brands, right? So in a matter of years, our markets have been transformed. See, you have got so many things to choose. Even if you are purchasing the smallest of the small vehicle, okay, you have so many things in the market. You will be getting so many things to purchase. Each and every person, if at all you just register saying that yes, I need a vehicle, or say if at all you go to one particular shop, so many people start calling you. saying that sir or madam, we are giving you this offer, that offer, etc., 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 right? So how this market has changed all of a sudden? What made, right? So what made, for what how does this, or how did this transformation happen? That too all of a sudden transformation, how was it possible? What are the factors? Do you at least ever thought like any factors, those factors which has transformed these things? So how are these changes affecting the lives of the people? The changes that is happening here, how is it helping people? Whether that is affecting people, if so, how it is affecting? So all these things you have to keep in your mind. So next is production across countries. So what is this production across countries? I have not written it, okay. So production across countries. See, until the middle of the 20th century, see what happens. As I told you, it is not easy. It is not easy to combine everything at one particular place. So what happens? Things are scattered. Now we have to get the raw materials from one particular person. We have to arrange it here, right? We have to arrange it. Then we'll be coming up with a finished goods. Now imagine just a mobile phone. Take up your mobile phone. Now imagine certain raw materials we have received. Okay, we have got it from one particular company. Now we have to set the parts. Okay, once you set a part, how it will be working with all the operating system, right? You need apps to be stored there. You need certain inbuilt apps, right? You need certain OS and all to be fed. Now from where to get it, right? So it is like, see, even though you are getting raw materials, you are arranging it, but even then again you need some of the other person's help to bring it to a finished good, right? So see, until the middle of the 20th century, production was largely organized within countries. So as you all know, production was it was largely in our country, it was well organized. But yes, what crossed the boundaries of these countries were raw material, foodstuff and finished products. See, for the sake of raw material, one country will be depending upon the other country, right? Either for the sake of raw materials, sometimes for the finished goods itself, and sometimes for the foodstuffs. So what happens? What people started doing? Okay, now you have studied this story of village Palampur, right? Okay, so what did they do? They started producing more and more, or say with high yielding seeds, high yielding seeds, right? High yielding seeds. What did they do? They started using those high yielding seeds, okay, and they came up with more and more production. They increased their production. So when they increased their production, what exactly happened there? So as they increased the production, what happened? They started getting more and more yield, right? The production increased, no doubt. They started getting more and much more, the goods were in large number, or say the crops were in large quantity. Now how would they use it? No doubt their family, they would feed their family, they would give it to their friends, etc. But even after doing that, they had much more things in a large quantity. So now what did they plan for? So what did they decide? They would sell it to some other person. So they decided, okay, they would sell it to some other person. So what did they do? They started taking it to some other country, some other place. Out of village Palampur, they started selling it to some other places, right? So now what happened? Their place was totally filled up, right? They consumed everything. Now their family consumed everything, but something that was remaining, what would they do with that? So they did start selling it to some other person. In the same way, most of the countries did join cross borders. Okay, cross border, nothing but now not only in India, they have crossed that particular border and they are going to some other nation. So how did this happen? It was like something that was access to one particular nation and something those were needed by other countries. What did these people do? They started selling it, nothing but exporting. Now India started exporting grains, foodstuffs, all the fruits, okay, and most of the things it was totally jute and all, okay, like jute, silk, something that had a rich what I can say, the spices especially. Okay, what these people started doing, they started exporting it to some other nation. And whatever we were having scarcity of, or something that was not available, easily available in our nation, we started importing those things. Okay, we started getting it to our nation. So this is how the things started, like, exchanging. So that itself is trade, buying and selling of goods across the country, across the borders. So something, what we call it as a border, okay, a state, when we call it as a state, it has a particular border, right? Yes, so it's the same thing. That is how the trade started. So see, production, okay, so in the name of finished goods or finished products, they started selling it. So colonies, okay, as such, India exported raw materials and foodstuff and imported finished goods. So few people needed raw materials because they need to produce or to get one particular finished good. They knew how to get a finished good. So what did they start with? They started taking raw materials from India and they underwent all the process and they would send the finished goods. So this is how the cross-border, okay, cross-border trade started. Nothing but from one nation they would take up the raw materials and they would undergo all the process and they would send the finished goods back to another nation. So trade was the main channel. As you all know, trade is the main channel to connect the borders, okay, cross borders. So like different nations, they started coming together. Now this was before large companies called MNCs came into existence. So trade was there earlier. Earlier too, there were trade was something which was acceptable in nature, something that was having much more respect. Okay, trade was always respected, always it was a welcome to each and every nation. Those nations which had scarcity, they would purchase it from other nation. So this is how they used to do. Now when these things used to be carried out, these things came into existence, or say that it was there from time immemorial. But as the MNCs started coming into existence, MNC. So what is this MNC? Multinational companies. So what are multinational companies? How it started working, how those things, those companies started gaining importance, will be learning in this particular chapter. See, as you all know, we see that is how the trade started. See, we came across a word called globalization, right? So what exactly is globalization? When we say about globalization, when we speak about globalization, see, globalization is nothing but, okay, it is a process in which people of the world are linked together. We link people together, we bring people together to each other through internet and other advanced search of communication. It may be through internet we bring people together, or it may be through some other ways. So it means the integration of the economy. Okay, so integration of economy. What is integration? It is nothing but bringing together. Okay, to bring together, it is like adding, or say bring together, to make it one. Okay, to work it as one or as a whole, okay, taking up as a whole thing. So it means the integration of the economy of the country with the world economy, nothing but you are bringing the nation's economy with that of the world economy. So that itself, it is nothing but the integration, to bring up, to mix up, okay, to mix up with the world economy. So it encourages the foreign trade. So what exactly globalization does? It actually like encourages the foreign trade, private and institutional foreign investments. So I'll let you know like what exactly is foreign investment, how does that happen, and what is the importance. We'll be knowing about these things. Okay, so it brings the world as one. Globalization, as the globalization started, okay, as the globalization started in one nation, bringing all the nation as one, bringing the world as one, okay, these companies started gaining importance. So how it did gain importance? What exactly is called as MNC? How actually it works? Why is that MNCs do find, like they are planning to come into different nation, and why is that they have to get into different nation, and why can't they set up at one particular place? These things we'll be learning in this particular chapter. Dear students, thank you so much for your patience. See, this is a basic thing what I have taken in this particular video. Okay, so see, we have understood certain things here. So it was related to the definition, related to goods and services, consumers, trade, and even MNC. So I'll let you know about more and more in relation to MNC, because the whole chapter is related to MNC, foreign investments, trade, etc. So we'll learn about MNCs in the further classes. Right now you have to know about trade and all. So that was the basic thing what we have learnt in this class. Thank you so much for your patience, dear students. If you have any doubt, please let me know. And yes, so this particular chapter is very much important. Okay, it's like, see, each and every topic is important. Why globalization and Indian economy is important is that it is related to international level. Okay, see, international companies, all those things, how it is competing with international standards, how it is meeting all those things we'll be learning here. So that's the reason it has got a bit importance. With exam point of view, each and every lesson is equally important. Okay, so thank you so much, students. Have a great day.